Okay, let's talk about chapter 1080 with spoilers. Oda really just said, here's a banger, and then here's another. Now let it sink in. Literally, since we got two breaks back to back after each amazing chapter. We started with being introduced to the Blackbeard pirates and their devil fruits. There's the Island Man, who is probably a better version of Pika. There's the Gigantic Man, who his devil fruit was actually named. There's the former warden with his clear fruit, who we knew already. And there's also a liquor man for some reason, which, let's be honest, if Zoro ever encountered him, he would be done for. But that depends on how his ability actually works. We'll have to wait and see. Then there's Kobe, who is actually making his escape with the help of Perona of all people, just to save Moria. Honestly, I didn't think Blackbeard would keep him around this long and just take his devil fruit for himself or for someone else in his crew. But with Kobe's flashback, we got to see what Sword really is, with Blackbeard trying to become king of Pirate Island and Aokiji either being evil or just exposing what he's really doing there. Since Sword is part of the Navy, but not really, because they can just cut them off if they don't like what they're doing. Just more for us to think about, honestly. But Blackbeard isn't buying it, of course, since Kobe's the Navy hero. He's not gonna let him go so easily. Although he is escaping in the present. At this point, I didn't really know how to feel about Kobe, because I hated the fact that he was captured by Blackbeard so easily. How can you be captured when you have a literal seraphim at your beck and call? Not to mention it was the boa seraphim who can turn people to stone. So yeah, I didn't really get how he get captured. Like, unless they explain it, I'm still gonna have my suspicions. And it didn't help that Blackbeard said to Kobe, thanks for helping him take over Pirate Island. So we really gotta know what the Rocky Port incident is, because someone has to say something. But that's probably just gonna remain a mystery until later. So I did doubt him a bit, but all that disappeared when we saw the flashback, and because of Garp, he came for his boy, his protege. We're also introduced to the sword members. There's the disciplined woman. Oda knew what he was doing with this whip devil fruit. She was getting the buildings into place. Then there's a clay man who creates clay people to fight. And there's also the flower making girl who likes Kobe. Ibari, I think is her name. And it wasn't until I reread this chapter that I realized that she was using flower rounds that Vegapunk created in one of the cover stories, because he won a Nobel Peace Prize for it. The connection is so small but insane. The first time I read that cover story, I thought, what a horrible invention. Who would actually use this? And of course, Oda proved me wrong. For a second, I thought Hibari had some sort of flower devil fruit or something. But the highlight of this chapter is Garp. He took a page out of Luffy's book and flew right into the battle without hesitation. Although he probably would have done something crazier anyway. Sorry to cut in here, but the Shigu was on the ship too. I really wanted to go to Egghead and meet up with the Straw Hats, but I'm excited to see if she's gonna do anything here, or literally any of the other sword members, because I think Garp is kind of gonna do all the work at this point. I don't think Tashigi is part of Sword, so I wonder if she's gonna be in trouble with the Navy, but we're also gonna have to wait and see. Yes, I love Tashigi. She is literally the only Marine that I respect the most out of any other Marine, because she is shown time and time again doing the right thing. Like how she did in Alabasta by letting the Straw Hats go, and then again in Punk Hazard when she took the kids to treat them. But enough of that. Last chapter, we got to see Shanks in action, and now we get to see why Garp is considered Roger's rival. Oda was like, here's Luffy using infusion, and conquers Haki to fight. Now let's see an actual legend use it. His galaxy impact was amazing. Like if he had fought in Marineford, he would have caused heavy damage. This man literally creates big enough shockwaves to obliterate the whole town. I don't know how many of those pirates are gonna survive, if any. Unless the Blackbeard pirates got there in time and did something. But I don't really think they care about their crew like that. I know he's past his prime, but he was still an active Marine until 2 years ago when he retired, so he still has some fight in him. How much fight is yet to be determined, though. Will he lose this fight and get captured, or just go on a rampage and leave? I really hope he doesn't lose, but he is past his prime and very old, so I am scared that something's going to be happening to him. Now we have to wait and see until Oda decides to come back to Garp, and who knows what that's going to be. There's so many things happening right now. There's still the Revolutionary Army, there's still Vivi, there's still the Straw Hats, and maybe more Shanks. Maybe. We're probably going to be coming back to Garp like at the end, so. Or maybe sooner, hopefully. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next chapter. See ya.